There. I've got a new guilty pleasure. It's Stacey Dooley. Do we have any Stacey Dooley fans in the room?
Yeah.
It's an amazing answer. For those of you who aren't familiar with the Dooley, basically she's this woman from Luton who does like hard-hitting documentaries on like drugs, gangs, and incidentally some lovely adverts for Nice and Easy. The way she presents, it's like she's been plucked from Love Island and placed in like, these high-stress situations. Because she just says things like, "Wow, I ain't seen nothing like this before in my life." And the guy beside her will just be like, "Well, Stacey, this is an industrial meth lab. Or if you had seen anything like this before." Like, you know, how do we get from Attenborough to Dooley? Do you know what I mean? It's like we go from driving a Ferrari to thumbing a lift. Like in one episode, she met this guy from Chicago. 65 of his friends had died in gang warfare, and he was really opening up, and her response was, "Yeah, it's not on, is it?" Bizarre. But like, I love Louis Theroux. Did anyone see the one he did in Polyamory? No. Ah, mwah. Pairing Louis with polyamory is like bringing a vegan to a barbecue. You know what I mean? It's like really awkward, but it's amazing to watch. But like basically the best bit of the episode is he met this throuple called Brad, Trish, and Brian. And he got to know them, and then he inevitably asked the question. He was, I'm just wondering, how does it work in the bedroom? Now, for all the tension behind this question, he may as well have just looked at the camera and gone, go into the bedroom, and it's a double bed and a single bed shoved together. It's Brad, Trish, and Brian spooning. It's like a BL Trish. And they're just literally peering down at them from the bottom of the bed. And then he goes, "So, what happens now when it gets more physical?" And this is where Brian pipes up and he goes, "Well, you know, I can't last very long. So when I finish, I go downstairs and play Xbox. But Brad can last a really long time." And the camera just cuts to Brad and he's like, and I was just like, what the fuck am I watching? Like, Kim Kardashian is now doing a true crime podcast. Does anyone listen to it? Yeah, that's the right response. It's bizarre, like, you know, it's the natural progression, I suppose, you know. Sex tape, celebrity, crime fighter. Do you know what I mean? Like, Batman was the same. Did anyone see A Dark Knight and Robin? Can you imagine though, if you're on death row for a crime you didn't commit, and like your last hope is Kim Kardashian walking down towards you in a dress made of duct tape and condoms? I love just that image. But I watched this movie the other day. It was called Before Sunrise. Has anyone seen it? No. You have? Yeah. So you just barely moved your head. So I wasn't sure if you were nodding or you're just moving your head.
I was going through Ethan Hawke's filmography going, yeah, I've seen that.
It's very, very thorough analysis. I love it. Well, basically, it's a lovely film, but when you remove the romantic lens, it's a bit... Because basically, it's this woman sitting on her own on a train, and this man approaches her, he's a complete stranger, and he goes, "Oh, do you want to walk around this city with me, which you don't know, all night?" And they do it, and it's like this love story. But like, if I was on the train witnessing this interaction, I'd try to catch your eye and just go, "That's fucking crazy." You know what I mean? And like, it's all romantic because they're both very good-looking people. But if that was like Mickey Rourke walking up to her with like a shriveled, melted, whatever the fuck is wrong with his face, do you know what I mean? Like, you know, that's a fucking horror film. Do you know what I mean? But you know, dating is tricky. You know, like I went on a date the other night with this girl called Hebe. She was exactly as posh as you're imagining. But like, at one point she was like, "Yeah, you know, I just love working in the dog shelter because you know, my heart really goes out to the animals." And then at this point, a girl at the table next to us said, "Oh, can you just move your chair?" And Hebe's reply was, "Why don't you move your chair?" Came out of nowhere. And like, I was stunned. I didn't know what to do. And like later on in the night, I just couldn't get it out of my head. It made the sex so awkward. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was poor animals. It was poor dogs. But like, I know we're all analysed on dates. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, I probably give off like a big friendly giant vibe, you know, which is nice. But you know, no one wants to fuck Hagrid. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, it's all well and good. I have a friend Niall. He went out for a night out in Dublin recently. And he met this girl and she invited him back to hers. And this doesn't happen to poor old Niall very often. So he was extremely enthusiastic to this offer. So they get in the taxi and they're on the motorway leaving Dublin. And he's like, where the fuck are we going? And they pull up at like a halting site where like, you know, members of the traveling community reside. And he's like, oh, fuck. But again, this doesn't happen very often now. He was very horny. So he goes into the caravan and they start hooking up. And then at one point the girl goes, keep it down. My father's next door. Now Robin into me, boss. We never saw Niall again. No, he did, he's fine. Guys, you've been absolutely lovely. Thank you.